Hey everyone, Shuin Kashi here at Astro Island. Siril just launched a new feature inside of it called Veralux Hypermetric Stretch. It's a whole new way of stretching your images. We're going to get on the computer, we're going to do some samples, and we'll see the results. So let's get started. Now, the whole Siril community has been buzzing about this. There's been a lot of excitement within the last day or two. Cyril Richard posted it on his page, and from what I understand, the developer goes by the name of Ricardo Paternity. I hope I pronounced your name correctly. Thank you so much for providing us with this new script. And without further ado, let's get started. Let's go give it a try. So I already have Cyril open, and the first thing that we want to do, before we do that, I noticed recently also in the Cyril community, there's been a lot of issues where SPCC is concerned. From what I understand, they're working on it. There seems to be some sort of issue with SPCC, and I know they're going to have it resolved very soon. So in the meantime, you can use the regular photometric color calibration in the meantime, or you can even download the local Gaia repository, and then you can now apply that inside of Siril and use the local version rather than the one that automatically connects online. That one, the online one, seems to be having some issues. So in the meantime, try those and drop in the comments down below. Let me know if that was able to work for you, and I'll be more than happy to help you out wherever I can. But switching quickly back to the Veralux Hypermetric Stretch, we go to the hamburger menu and we click on Preferences. We go down to Scripts and we scroll all the way down until we find Hypermetric. Let's see if we can find it. Yeah, Veralux Hypermetric Stretch. So of course you also must ensure that it's enabled so you can automatically have it available inside of Siril. As I mentioned in many of my videos, I like to ensure that everything is enabled because you just never know when you might need that particular script or tool when working on your images. So I just click apply and then it's going to be available inside of Siril. The next thing that we want to do now is of course to open an image. So let me just try one of the images that I have already. I'll open that up. And of course you may always remember it's going to be in a linear state. We can just do the auto stretch, right? It's gonna be in my instance it's going to show as green because of its link. So I'm going to unlink it for now. Just quickly I'm going to do crop, and again all of this I would have demonstrated in my previous video, so definitely look at that video to see how we go about doing a workflow inside of Siril. Right, so the image has been cropped, and just quickly we're going to do a background extraction. We're not going to go through the entire workflow. This is just for showing you how the Veralux Hypermetric Stretch works. All right, just quickly, we're just going to remove the background. So the background extraction or the gradient removal has been completed, and it removed more or less any gradients that were available or that were visible inside of the image. Next, we're going to try the SPCC. Let me just give a quick check to see if it's working now. Oh, because I cropped it, I also have to do the image solving. Right, so we just quickly, I think it's NGC 3372. Right, we click OK. Right, and now the image has been played solved or solved, and now we can go about trying the SPCC. So let's see if it's going to work. If not, like I mentioned, we'll just go to using the regular photometric color calibration. Okay, so just as suspected, yes, server is unreachable. That's quite all right. Let's close that off. Instead, we can just go to color calibration and photometric color calibration. Right, we just use the Gaia DR3 catalog, and we just click OK. So the photometric color calibration is complete. For this video, I'm not going to go through any of the other star related and nebula related tools and scripts, such as blur removal and cleaning up the stars, etc., or aberration removal, nothing like that. We're excited just to get to the Veralux Hypermetric Stretch. So let's get straight to it now. What I like to do is basically go back to setting the image as linear. We go to scripts, Python scripts, processing, and Veralux Hypermetric Stretch. Right, so the script is now open, and there are two main options: ready to use aesthetic and scientific preserve. So with the ready to use aesthetic, these are the steps that are involved: star safe expansion, linked MTF stretch, soft clip highlight, and ready for export. And with the scientific preserve, it does a pure GHS stretch, manual tone mapping, lossless data, and accurate for scientific. So we're going to start off with ready to use aesthetic. So that way, when I run the two of them, you can see and compare, and you decide afterwards what option works best for you. What I also like to do under sensor calibration, now they have Rec 709 recommended. However, I personally like to apply the sensor for my camera, which is the Sony IMX 294 for the ASI 294 MC Pro. We also have the stretch engine calibration, the target background as 0.20 and the log as 2.0 as the default options. What I like to do is just click on the auto calculate log, and that measures the log required, or the log that's applied for this particular image, which as we see is now 4.54. And from there, all we do is click on process. Right, so it's going to start analyzing, and in a few seconds, or actually within less about a minute or so, we're going to now have the image stretch using Veralux Hypermetric Stretch. And there we go. So let me just close this off so you can see. So this is how the image would look using the ready to use aesthetic. And then from there, you can go about using maybe curves adjustment to do some further fine tuning. So for example, we can go to image processing, stretches, and curves adjustment, or sorry, curves transformation. And from here, we can now do our curves adjustment. Maybe make the image a little darker. Oh, that's a little too dark. Let's go up a little bit. Let me just reset the tool. Right, so bring it down. Right, so you can make the background a little darker. Maybe make the midtones just a little brighter. Yeah, and we can click apply, close, and again, this is totally to your taste. You can apply it, make curves adjustments however you like it, but now the image has been stretched. And in my opinion, this is really good, and this is just for the aesthetics ready to use option. So now we're going to do the scientific method. So I now have the image back to the point of the photometric color calibration. So again, we're just going to go back and switch it to linear. We go to scripts, Python scripts, processing, and Veralux Hypermetric Stretch. This time we're going to select scientific. Again, I'm going to select the sensor for my camera. I'm going to do the auto calculate once more. Right, 4.54 again, and we just click on process. Right, so again, it's going to do its thing. It's going to do the analyzing and calculating, and it's going to this time do a stretch more from a scientific standpoint to preserve some of the details. All right, so it's completed. We close this off, and it looks more or less fairly similar to the previous option. And again, we can go back to your curves adjustments. See, notice the histogram is a little different from the previous one. So again, we can just bring this down a little bit. Maybe some more. Yeah, make it. Yeah, that should be more or less good. Maybe bring up the midtones just a bit. Apply. And close. Right, so now this is the option with the scientific method selected. Now, what I like about the Veralux Hypermetric Stretch in particular is the stars. The stars, usually when you do stretches with stars, sometimes it gets pretty blown out. The stars have been more or less have maintained their quality. They have not been blown out, even though the image has been stretched with the stars inside of it. So again, it's totally up to you. You can decide if you want to stretch your image with the stars inside of it, or you can do StarNet or whatever program, remove the stars, and then do your stretches without the stars. And in fact, let's just give it a try. Just for argument's sake, let's see how it's going to look. So now we have the same image with the stars removed. Let's go back to, as usual, bring the image back to its linear state, scripts, Python scripts, and we go to Veralux. I'm gonna try it, ready to use, calculate. Right, I saw the numbers have changed a little bit, and maybe again it's because of the star removal. Let's click on process, and let's see what happens. Let's see the results that appear before us. Right, so again, more or less it's the same, right? So if we go back to stretches and some curves adjustments, more or less you're going to have that same result before, with the histogram would have been a little more space within here. Let's bring this down again. All right, let's bring this up a little bit. Click apply, and we click on close. So again, you can use Veralux Hypermetric Stretch for, again, a quick stretch, and then you can remove the stars, apply the stretch, and then maybe reapply the stars after. Let's try it now with a galaxy and see what results we come back with. So now we have the famous Andromeda galaxy, and I have already applied the previous steps, which would have been the cropping of the image, the gradient removal, and the photometric color calibration, etc. So now let's go ahead and apply the Veralux Hypermetric Stretch. We go to Scripts, Python Scripts, Processing, and Veralux Hypermetric Stretch. We go through the same process as before, ready to use aesthetic, switch to the sensor, how to calculate the log, and we click on process. And this time I'm actually really excited to see how the stretch, or the hypermetric stretch, would now be applied to a galaxy. And my oh my, this looks really good. This looks really, really good. Take a look at that. Not bad at all. In this instance, there's not much stretching, not much curves adjustment to do. Maybe another run at background extraction. Just maybe. Let's go back now. Let's just close this off. We can go back. And we go again. But this time, we're going to try it with the scientific approach. Click on process again, and we await the results. Let's just move this aside so we can see the results immediately. And yeah, I think either one looks pretty good. can close this off, and then from there, you, like I mentioned before, you can proceed with doing your further adjustments to, tweak the image just the way that you like it. As I mentioned also, you can remove the stars if you're still not comfortable with stretching the image with the stars, or if you actually prefer to have smaller stars in your image, you can remove the stars, run the stretch, and then bring in the stars with whatever size that you like. So again, I think the stars look really good. All right, let's do a before and after. So this is before, right? Let's look at these stars, and if we go after, it actually shrinks them just a little bit, applied some sort of star correction in between. All right, yeah, so before and after. Let's look at one of these. Before, after. Yeah, not bad at all. Not bad at all. So I'm gonna give Veralux Hypermetric Stretch some further tests, some further attempts in several of my images. But in the meantime, let me know in the comments down below. Would you start using Veralux Hypermetric Stretch? Have you used it already and you like the results? Or would you prefer some further improvements in it? Drop some comments down below. I really like this. I like this a lot. I'm going, like I mentioned, I'm going to try this in some of my images and see the results, or maybe post it online in the Siril community, so you all can give your further comments as well inside of that Siril community. And of course, as always, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and of course be notified when I have more videos coming out, which will be very often. So, and of course, you know how I always like to close off. It's not the size of your telescope that counts, it's how you use it. Bye for now, everyone. Take care, and I'll see you again soon at Astro Island.